Hello, good people. Welcome again to another episode. Today I'm accompanied with Mokwa, the informer himself. And today we have seen our brother Morara, our president.
He's injecting all over.
All over.
He's injecting.
Now, today we can see him in Bomet County.
Yes.
Whereby ameenda pale Bomet University College. Naona pale mambo ni mbaya, amesema 1.4 billion was meant to repair the library, tuition block and 2 hostels. 8 years later, bado iko on the same block mahali kwenye iliachia. And this Bomet ilikuwa 2016-2017. Now, what happens in university, how can I call it? In university institutions, yes.
Now, what is there? First of all, Cyprian, when it comes to universities, it's a very sad story. Every government institution has been used as a way for leaders to get money. Both the leaders of those institutions and the government officials, they collude, okay? They ensure that at least they have benefited from every project that is being initiated there. Let me tell you this is what happened. When it comes to universities, a chancellor comes up with a certain project by being instigated by one of the leaders. Money is pumped there. Something begins, and then they divide the money and the project stalls like that. Because they know there's nobody who comes to follow up, whether the project has been done or not. And students don't know precisely what happened that the project has stalled. It's not only this institution that Morara went to. There are so many of this kind. We have stalled projects. If you go to Egerton University, there's so many blocks that are there. Actually, including a library that almost cost actually 1.2 billion.
1.2
billion. There are some blocks that are just started, pillars were erected and they were left there. Up to now, they just like rotten, let me call them that way. So the leaders of these institutions, they collude with the government people. Money is channeled there, then later on money is divided and the projects are left like that. Because most of the time, these projects are not so necessary. That's why they can easily do what? Do away with them if the money has been done what? Has been injected to them. Again. Now, in short, let me tell you this. The burden of this kind of an action by leaders goes back to the students and then subsequently to the parents. A university is supposed to do a certain project, they embezzle money, and then you realize now the people coming to pay are the parents. You hear the increment of school fees, increment of fees for receipts, increment of various charges within the university, simply to get money from students and pay for this kind of damages that have occurred. I think now Morara has done the best thing to expose. And one of the areas I want him to inject further is the universities.
Universities.
Because this is where the people, these fellows, those are the Gen Zs, are suffering more. Right now as we speak, the university school fees have hiked significantly. And the government is claiming the universities are having what you call madeni. There are no audits that are done proper. You can say that audits imefanywa, hii pesa ilitumika vizuri. Umesikia hata report itolewa mahali. It's because these are the same people who ate the money, so they injecting the same money so that they can have it sealed there. So in short, we are asking Morara this one to go deeper and demand accountability in the universities. And actually, when Morara said that if he's given presidency within 1 year, let us not ask him for development. It is simply, he said that he simply wants to deal with corruption. These are the things we need so that they can be fixed. Because if you look at now a scenario where a student is going to pay 130,000, 150,000, 90,000 school fees because of a failed leadership in a university and in the government, it's very bad. You find leaders are careless in such a way that they don't care whether students suffer or not. But now you find that the burden is carried to the parents back at home. So you find a parent is so stressed in an extent that he cannot even have a way to take other students to school. Imagine a scenario where a student is supposed to go to school, to university. The university fees is high. If someone has 2 kids, or even 3, one is going to high school, and the one to KMTC, you find a parent decides to take one person to university, tells these others, you wait first, you have amalize. So that they are part of pesa ya kuja kusupport. And all this hardship is not because of the making of the parent or the student, because of the leadership of the university and the leadership of what? Of the government. Right now, lecturers are complaining about school fees, salaries. It is true. Salaries, actually, this is the same money that has been wasted. They are now holding the money and channeling to these projects where the lecturers are not paid. Like in Egerton University, for instance, there are lecturers who went there for almost 2 years, actually 2 years plus, paid half salary. Half salary. A lecturer who is earning 200,000 or some even 100,000 and a lip of 50K. And you know, this at that level, these people have loans, big families they manage, big families they take care of, many people they take to school, and then now wanakatwa salary yao. So in short, the university, it's a crime scene.
It's a crime scene.
Universities in Kenya is a crime scene.
So mkua inject kabisa.
Morara inject vibaya sana because I'm strongly feeling that there's a lot that is happening in this country. And in fact, all the government parastatals, you know, you realize a VC is like, I remember a certain time we were in Egerton, it's in the public domain. Have you had a VC there? This VC reached a point where there were cases of embezzlement of public funds. A gate was built by around almost 100 million. We had, at the same time, the library also issues. So money was actually misused. It was misused, and there were allegations that money was lost in the school, almost 1 billion shillings. It was actually we were talking of 600 to almost 1 billion shillings. The lady or the vice chancellor by then was not arrested. The case is no longer there. I don't know where it went to. And you realize that when there are such kind of problems in the university, where there's no money to pay the subordinate staff, there's no money to pay the people who are working in the university, you realize they go back to the students. So you find the university putting so harsh conditions for students in school. There's no cooking, there's no doing what, there's no doing that, simply because they want to get money, okay, so that they can at least offshore some of these debts that were incurred as a result of their poor management. You find a student does something small, like some of them in Kenya right now. You saw what happened in multimedia. A university does not have water. It does not have, the toilets are dirty. The students cannot cook there. There's no food. I get in this. And you want students, almost 10,000 plus students, to be in the same institution without that water. Then when the students go and strike, okay, they are being tear gassed by the police, being beaten. You saw how that boy was beaten. Simply because of the poor management in the universities. And you know what? That VC, there's nothing will happen to her. Do you know why? They put the students in a certain situation so that was strike. I get in this. They push the students, waumie kabisa, wa strike. Waki strike, waharibu vitu. You get? Vitu fulani ziharibike. Usikie maybe place kamechomeka, vyoo zimepasuliwa. Eventually, do you know what happened? They come and say, now students, go home, each one of you to come with 10,000 shillings. I get in this. So the VC wanna push these bad conditions, students will lipe pesa. I get in that. So these are the means that are being used in the country right now to run institutions. Where are the students going to get money yet they don't work? Back to parents. So parents strain from fake fertilizer, strain from high school expensive fees. They strain from the hardship allowances, the tough economy that we have in the country. Again, when something happens, poor management in the university, still the blame is taken back to who? The parents. So this is something that Morara must inject significantly. I hope it moves toward these universities, and it keeps on, it now goes further. Who was given the contract? How was the money lost? How was the money lost? Who embezzled the money? Which VC was in charge? Let us have the VC give the statement on that, because we don't want a scenario where things are just left like that. And then yet students are the ones suffering. Like in multimedia, I'm telling you that what happened that last time, it was terrible. You cannot be in an institution, you are heading it, and there's no water there. What are you heading? How do you ensure that students are okay? Are they dogs that they can go and look for water elsewhere? They're sleeping there, the toilets are dirty. How do you expect people to stay there? We have young girls who need water more than even any other thing. So I think that poor management is what we need corrected by Morara when he gets into power. Personally, mimi nishasalimisha amri. Nimesema akiingia in power, 1 year, atumombi maendeleo. Hata akisema 1.5 years. Because the mess in this country, it's huge. And in fact, look at this. The same universities where we had a student being beaten, isn't it?
Yeah.
Those police officers have not been arrested. But hacha mwanafunzi afanye makosa. Atakuwa arrested, pesa atalipa, and many other things. This is the institution, this is the government where we need people to focus to the citizens, not to the leaders themselves.
Oh, amazing. I just want to read some 5 to 6 comments tusikie Wakenya walikuwa na yapi ya kusema. Inject kabisa hadi fikie wagonjwa suffering from mtu wetu syndrome. And I had said this, we are going to discuss about mtu wetu syndrome. No one cares anymore. Wanangojea kutega zingine waibe.
That is it.
Wenye walikula may they get cancer with no treatment. Okay, Kenyans. Visit Tebalungu. TTTI and see its status. Until they understand the war you are fighting, nothing will change everywhere.
Failed system.
We are with you Kalenjins, hata kama mulipiga kura na meno. Kenyans, visit Kapkatet Stadium and they give us the Auditor General's report. But the Auditor General's report, you can go to
the Auditor General's website,
yes,
and they will
and
download
get
it.
Yeah.
There's
Finya
a lot.
kabisa, kanyaga kabisa hadi watii. Finya baba. Many universities yet no employment for graduates.
Imagine.
Ni kuteka tu. Then visit Benga University College in Butula, Busia. Project that has been forgotten since. Fika Kabalnet Baringo Mkuu, kuna stadium fulani huku 800 million ilitumika, inakaa sijui aje. 800 million.
Nilikwambia tu ni 1.2.
Inject kabisa, hata tukasirike tukiona hawa politician tunawafukuza. Ushetani iko huku, crime scene fenced. Palchok amemaliza Bomet. Kumbe watu wa serikali ni yetu ndio wanakurishwa dust proper. Lift fari yote iwekwe, zile crime scene steps, hakuna kuingia na kutoka. Noma sana. So I think one thing I've come to realize is the project ni mingi sana zimeachwa. Na walianza kuiba kitambo wakijua kwamba wa Kenya atujui katiba yetu. But I'm lucky, we are lucky, we have Morara. He's going to inject, and as youths, we are being asked to support where we can. Mahali upo, you can also inject from wherever you are. You know, there's a stall project, just expose. Usiogope pia useme Morara ni yeye anafanya peke yake. Morara hizi akafanya peke yake. Plus, watu wa make sure wamechukua ID.
ID, hiyo ndio weapon tunatumia.
ID. Unajua sasa kama una ID hata tupige kelele. Unajua wamezoea kwamba sisi youth tunapiga kelele online. But ikifikia ni mambo na kutenda atupo. So that's why we are asking Kenyans, just go take your ID. Na unajua requirements, birth certificate yako original, parents ID original, na kama una parents lazima upeleke death certificate. So make sure you register as voters, na wa register mahali wanajua wataenda kufanya nini, kupigia kura hapo. Unajua unaweza register Mombasa, hiyo time ikifika huko Mombasa iende bure.
Arudi home, ashukue ID yake, ama ashukue ID but registration iko nyumbani, because your time we don't want anyone to travel.
Yeah, because maybe kutakuwa na tension.
We want everyone to be at home. Ndio tukipiga kura tunachunga kura zetu. To just touch on the university thing. Umesikia hapo university, kama nikiangalia the Bomet one.
Mimi amesema Benga,
the Bomet one. Ukiangalia vile inakaa. If you go to Egerton, 1.2 billion for university. Saizi imagine a university was supposed to be built there. Miti mali walilima. Tractors zililetwa hizo bulldozers. Miti imemea, okay? Hiyo place ilikuwa imeenda chini, miti imemea hadi unaweza chuelia. Chuelia ni hiyo kutoa mbao. Imagine. So that imagine how back these things are. Ni kitambo sana, and we had these things happening. But that's what I'm telling you right now, as a country, the system has failed completely. Ruto is not running this country. Is not running this country completely. What is he simply doing is to get projects for himself, get money and become rich. He's not running this country. That one I can confirm, because ukiangalia kkama universities hakuna leadership. Ukiangalia kama hospital hakuna leadership. There's no system that is working. The only thing we hear is Adani.
Dani.
50 million shillings belt.
Chief. I heard someone saying shisha show.
So things are just working towards their favor. You get? Completely. I mean, I wish he could have just wake up one morning and at least make this country work. To stop talking, stop moving. Like now, right now he's not in the country. He will definitely move across the world and avoid the issues that we are having as a country.
Kenyans,
giving good speeches abroad while Kenyans are suffering. I mean, I even ask myself, what are these colonialists up to? Where they just allow their countries to be run well, but things that are happening in this country, they don't care. I hate these people, man.
Oh my God. Anyway, to our team Cyprian and Timokoa, just leave a comment there so that you can know what you think about these university issues. Thank you so much. See you in our next video.